a little bit preemptively. He does, like I said earlier just now during the game, before the draft start. Perfect setup from Carrot, but sometimes Evil is a little bit slow. The rest of the team a little bit slow to respond. So Evil, I hope they really group as 5 to fight together. But like I said, I don't really see a front-to-back kind of competition coming up from side Evil. On the other hand, Zion bans away the Franco, Evil bans away that Eve. No more siege opportunity from the side of Zion.
Okay, apparently it seems like Zion does not like any roamer. You know, like that entire list is just people like, yeah, we don't want to play against anybody. Hopefully you just got somebody left at the end of the day. But this is one of those situations where, you know, I think Evil are looking at this as a change of pace, right? Don't get me wrong, Zion right now is in 7th, Evil is in 8th. This is a struggle for both of these teams, but this is probably the best chance that they have to get that elusive victory. Hopefully they can build on that momentum, but let's talk a little bit about this pick.
This Lunox have rose in terms of popularity because of the changes in the mid lane, right? You have very efficient 1v1s at level 1 itself. You do a lot of damage, at the same time you heal a lot so that you can stick to the enemy. So but the question is this: Evil still has quite an open draft in the mid lane. You can bring first pick. I can't remember the name for it. Oh, the jet lag's coming, killing me. The Julian, that's right. I was thinking Justin for some weird reason.
You should have just said Justin. I would have rolled with it.
He looks like a Justin.
Yeah, it's like, okay, they bring in Julian in the mid lane, and you also got a lot of, you know, escapability coming out from the side of Lunos. But okay, I like what Evo has selected. You got front line in a sense with the Lolita. You should be able to do quite shield against the Lunox and also the Melissa. And you also got assassination from the side of Amon to find you can find the Melissa at the back.
Yeah, it's going to have to be there, but I like it. It kind of negates a lot of kind of what Zion wants to do. It's one of those situations where can he be in front, be that meat shield, let everyone else do the damage. Everybody's can scale, but look at this last pick.
Oh my goodness, Zion coming in with that Fanny pick once again. It's a recurring theme, right? When you see teams start testing the waters just a little bit, like they bring in that Fanny. Now the Fanny's main role is to try to shut down, either counter assassinate using the Amon or basically find a Bruno at the back line.
All right, Fanny's been picked 4 times already, has won 3 of those games. They've been able to outclass them and outplay them, and this is going to be the last pick surprise. This is the one where, you know, it changes everything. We're going to have to see Fanny's going to be everywhere, and I'm super excited to see this in this game right here.
Yeah, the surprising thing, Holler, and also Scrubby Cheeks. Wonderstruck is playing as the Lunox, whereas Azura X plays as that Grok. I think, you know, Scrubby, you mentioned about this. Are you really trying to experiment your roster at this point of the regular season? I think that is a concern.
Well, to be fair, they have the space to experiment, right? This is the last week that you have to be able to experiment before you go into the playoffs. But let's see exactly how this pans out, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 between Zion Esports and Team Evil. Now, it looks like off the start, you know, the composition coming from Zion is very, very heavy on their pressure, right? Across the lanes, they have the ability to bully the Roth up against Esmeralda, like you can see, Melissa up against the Bruno as well, and Fanny being able to have that high mobility and invade the jungle as well. You can see just Evil across the map already pressured into their own side of the map.
Yeah, Evil has to go follow their keys to victory, knowing that their side lanes are basically losing lanes. They have to play it safe. They have to farm under turret, especially in mid lane. Once again, remember the Lunox spread so much damage and also the heal, especially with the change mid lane with the 4 minions instead of 3. So, you know, Wonderstruck should be able to win the mid lane as well. Evil, on the other hand, needs to make sure Powerful gets to level 4 very quickly. Then start to assassinate Zion's members one by one. Let's take a look at emblems once again. Electro Flash for the side of Bruno so that you get more movement speed as well. Melissa will respond in the same. Something interesting coming out from the Lunox instead is going for Impure Rage. Spamming those skills, making sure that she has as much mana as possible is going to be very important. Another thing to also mention is Vanix with that high and dry as well. You need to expect Vanix to go in, solo kill, get out. That's how Zion's going to play. There's been fast and furious gameplay coming from Zion.
Oh, powerful though. In the meantime, gets 1 kill up against Azura X there in the mid lane. First blood code there for the fastest fingers as well to claim your rewards. Now, that's going to definitely help Evo because we talked about how they're supposed to be pressured right now in this early part of the game, but Powerful already on the turtle.
Yeah, Powerful will start on the turtle, but at the same time doesn't have the ultimate. I think Vanix, looking at how he's pathing, he's actually focusing on the purple buff instead. Zion will give that turtle away over to Evo for now. Like I said, early game, start to slowly farm it out, but Azura X looking at the bottom lane.
Oh my goodness, that Guardian's Barrier just pushes Coconut to the wall and he has to flicker out in order to get away. Now Vanix might want to try and clean up the kill, decides the better of it, even though he has his ultimate up.
Yeah, Zion, I think, wasted a little bit too much time at the bottom lane, in my opinion. Evo, right now, that first turtle is going to be very good, but at the same time, Melon finds a bit spin, a knock-up coming in for the side of Melon on top of Supergirl. Once again, Evo focusing on bottom lane, but they need to protect Coconut. Coconut will spike at the mid game. They need to try to fight front to back. Needs the first item, Berserker Free Ring, anything. That's when Evo can solidify in terms of these team fights.
Yeah, and Evo recognizes that as well. Very, very quick rotations there by the entire team except for JS just to help out Coconut and make sure that he doesn't get ganked. And now you can see Carrot as well, just sitting on the bottom side, making sure that Coconut has that peel and kind of, meat shield available for him as and when it's needed.
Carrot will escort Coconut for now, but if you put Carrot at the bottom lane, this means that Zion has a lot of free real estate to rotate. If you notice, Supergirl on the Melissa bullies Coconut very well, so I think Carrot identifies that, so that's why they're sticking all the way to the bottom side. However, Melon, slowly coming down to the bottom lane, Vanix will find him.
Yeah, doesn't look like they will commit though. The purple buff is coming up in about 5 seconds, so I think Vanix definitely wants to make sure that he secures that as well. Gonna play it safe just for now.
Yep. Safe and sound. Both these two teams don't clash. Yes, that was the first blood coming out from Powerful to assassinate Zion, but Amon, technically a very snowbally kind of hero, but now Zion, on the other hand, play it super safe. They pull it all the way back. I'm expecting Vanix to come in to try to swoop in, but then again, look at how many bodies Evo is putting at the bottom lane, not just to make sure that Coconut farms under turret and make sure he gets as much, the first item in as.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back into game number 1 between Zion Esports and Team Evo. Thank you for your patience. We are now back into this game, and it looks like the action has already begun. The two teams at the turtle, Vanix diving right in for Melon there, but using the cables to get out. Wow, they're bringing the action just as we come back.
Yeah, man, I was expecting it to jump into us first, but the turtle is very important, right? Both of these two teams looking at it. Vanix took a little bit more damage. The knockup coming in, but it's going to be JS. Actually put a big ultimate going in for the side of Mango for now. The middle of charges.
Oh, it's going to be Vanix taking it, and now they go in for the stun. Azura X goes down. Mango's the next target. Vanix does not get out alive. 4 down on the side of Zion. Evil, that's a big, big win for them.
That's a big win indeed. You know, the Luminum Blast charging it up. This is exactly what we want. I need to see Evo sticking as well. Just take a look. Carrot charging it all the way up. Catches 4 members. Even Vanix gets stunned all the way up. And it's simply easy game for the side of Evo to take not only just the turtle, but also 4 members for their names.
I mean, yeah, that's huge. And then Numenor Blast, my goodness, Carrot really showing himself there. We talked about how he needs to be careful of his positioning to be able to hide that Numenor Blast, and he played that to the T.
Yep, Zion wasn't expecting that at all. Even though Azura X, I believe the wall charge is also still available, but now because of that early game, they were able to put some pressure against Zion, but hold on a second.
Vanix tries to go in here. Melon down with the She Wonderstruck. Blinks in, will be able to land a final blow, but Powerful fights back and will put him in the dust. 1-for-1 trade across both teams, but they've also used their flickers in that fight. Yep,
JS, of course, will get shut down by Mango on the top side, but at the same time, look at how Powerful is starting to scale. 4 kills, 2 assists with the Mystery Shop. Already secured the first core item that an Amon needs. You do know that Powerful is going to put a lot of damage out against Zion for now. This is the snowball that Evo need in order to pick up this early game.
Yep, and you know that they're just going to continue trying to pick off fights again and again. They're pretty good at leveraging their advantage, but as we said, they need to convert this into objectives, into turret takes as well. So we'll see if they are able to do that. Right now across, both of these teams, we can see Vanix 2 levels down behind Powerful.
Yeah, 2 levels down. It's not very good, especially going into the turtle pit in less than 9 seconds. Your retribution is going to do a little bit less damage, but Zion, still not too far. Earlier you mentioned those 2K, Zion slowly catching all the way back up. Now Zion just have to slow it down just a little bit. Now Evo, they're starting to push that pedal to the metal a little bit, pushing down the bottom side. They have full bottom lane control, and Zion looking to try to steal this away. And both these two teams not going to, Zion not going to commit for now. Vanix needs more farm, but is this the kind of ending that you expect going from the side of Zion?
I mean, this is tough. Definitely not, right? With the killing spree, with the way that he's been playing, he wants to get those kills, but he has not been able to. And you talked about how they have a full control over the turtle. Not just that. All that time that Evil was doing the turtle on the bottom side, JS was also up top, and he took that turret. So this is more map control for them. Very, very nicely played.
Yeah, Evo this time around in the driver's seat indeed. Zion, this high and dry emblem is not working very well for the side of Vanix, and you can't find the backline, you can't find anyone to assassinate or counter-assassinate Powerful, because Powerful, that ultimate will follow you regardless of where you spit.
And the thing is, right now, JS has barely even joined the fights as well, and Evo's already winning out some of these fights. So when JS really starts to come in, we know that he can definitely zone out the members, does that very, very well. Vanix tries to dive in, though Azurax misses the wild charge, but it's going to be Powerful, stunned out, bursted down as well. 1 kill down for the side of Zion. They're trying to retreat at the moment. Evil's pressing on. JS trying to put some pressure, but they're going into a full retreat. Mango responds with a take on the turret top side. Yeah,
Zion finally fighting back a little bit. That powerful shutdown is going to do wonders in terms of the gold lead, and Zion putting some pressure on the top side. That is good. But once again, Evo has already cleared off 2 turtles out of the 3, and that's good score. But the problem is, Zion, while they're focusing in the mid lane, don't forget Coconut was actually focusing at the bottom side in terms of the farm. But let's take a look at the game items, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what has they secured. Bruno has already secured the Berserker's Fury, and if you notice, Amon has already secured going to the Holy Crystal already. So you do know that Amon Powerful is going to do a lot of damage going into the next real team fight. And then not only just that, if you take a look at the counterpart, the Fanny, going in the Blade of Hephaestus first, a little bit behind in terms of the damage right now, and that's exactly not what you want to be, especially you want to be a Fanny, you want to snowball. But now, it's just a small little snowflake.
Exactly, it is a small snowflake. He has 1 Blade of Hephaestus up against 3 items. And now Vanix, he tries to go in though, putting out the damage onto Melon. He takes too much, has to cable out. Mango trying to pew for the team, has to... Oh my goodness, the burst damage coming from Powerful will shut him down. Wonderstruck pops Brilliance in order to disengage. Zion on the defense, popping all their skills just to retreat from Evil, and this is going to give them free reign over this Lord.
Right now, Vanix doesn't really have the items. You saw how he's trying to target on top of Melon. Melon refuses to get assassinated because Vanix doesn't have the items. Zion, I think the most farm up player from the side of Zion should be Supergirl and also Wonderstruck. These two needs to be present in order for Zion to win. Right now, Vanix, I think the only way for Vanix to climb back into the game, really, just go down to split pushing. You do have high and dry. Hopefully, if someone tries to come in, you should be able to deal with him. And if there's too much, you can cable out of the way. But Evil securing the Lord, marching down bottom lane.
The thing is, Evo's not making it easy for them to do that, right? JS is always playing at across the map as well. So even if Vanix wanted to split push, you can be sure that JS is going to be there, already having pushed up the waves 1 step ahead. Now Evo putting pressure on this mid lane here. They're going to take this turret as well. So more space created for them as the Lord comes down on the bottom side.
Yeah, and this could potentially be the last purple buff that Zion could potentially secure. If you notice how Evo, they're already stepping in the privacy of Zion Esports for now. That jungle is not safe. It's going to be dark. Evo, going to put on the pressure, and they're going to put it at the bottom side for now. It's going to be Powerful and Coconut, but I think they're just going to deliver the payload all the way to the bottom side. It gives it Zion to defend, but I'm looking at the high ground advantage. Zion doesn't really have any high ground at all. Yes, Supergirl does have the extended puppet to try to push, But I don't think that's enough.
Well, you have to count on the wild charge from Azura X as well as the Guardian's Barrier to try to prevent that siege from Evil. They've been able to defend that inhibited turret so far, but Evil's basically stripped them of almost all their inner turrets. Conceal play coming in from Zion here. I don't know if they want to pull something off.
I don't think they want to pull anything off. It's very dark. This jungle is not safe at all. Carrot could be hiding in any bush at all, charging out Luminum Blast. And Zion, you know, they're not maintaining. They're still stuck together because they do need every single member hands on deck to output the damage, and that's not enough. But oh, that's a nice scout coming out from Supergirl. We'll reveal 2 members from side. Evil push them away. But what is Zion getting out of it? I don't see anything at all. They're still walking around. But hold on a second, bottom lane. Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Wow,
Barely.
that 1 HP, you can... Oh my god! It's almost inexistent, right? He's slowly healing up, but Vanix actually manages to get out of that. And see, they're trying to pull this off. Split push across the map, but Evil's making it so difficult for them. JAYZ though dives in the backline and hands chains to stop him.
Yep, like I said, this could be the potential last purple buff. Vanix needs this purple buff. That's really gonna fight.
Carrot with the Numenon Blast tries to stun them all. He does get them. Azura X has to back away. 3 down already on the side of Zion. This is so good for Evil. They're gonna start sieging in on this mid lane turret. My goodness, only Wonderstruck and Azura X left to defend this Guardian's Barrier though. Will it be enough to hold?
I don't think that's enough. Remember, so 60 seconds right now. Zion desperately throwing bodies right there, and Evil will pull the trigger.
Yep, the burst damage coming from the Endless Shards will end the life of Azura X. The knockup onto Wonderstruck as well. But Evil, they have no creeps. They're waiting it out a bit, but it's a wipeout from Evil. So they get free reign over this turret, over the core, and they secure game number 1.
And not only just that, this is the 2nd win for the side of Evil already in terms of the game. Wonderful job getting powerful up on speed. That snowball starts to become an avalanche. On the other hand, the Snowflake unable to form a snowball. Vanix going in super greedy with the Fanny and with that high and dry. Doesn't have any value at all to provide for Zion, and Zion's practically fighting a 4v5.
I mean, the idea was there, right?
Yes.
Get the Fanny, snowball the Fanny, fight against that Amon, but unfortunately, Powerful had a lot more traction than Vanix was able to pull off in the jungle. And you can see he was, kind of starved out. He was a level behind as